DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, I hope that you are well. Having my Saturday morning coffee. Mrs. DC is off to work, and just a bit of time before I go and do one or two things of shopping that we still need, and she'll be back around lunch. So as you've probably noticed, I haven't been much online. I would almost say in the last month, very little. A little bit, but there was different things. Of course, there was my dad passing away, of course, and I still have to digest some of that, and I will want to make eventually kind of a memorial video, but it'll take a little while. And anyway, it's something that's really much more for myself than the general public in a way. Yeah, so this week was goodness sakes. The last 2 weeks were crazy because I've been giving classes, hygiene courses at work. I mean, that much I can talk about. And so I have to go to all the different plants. So I've been running all around, well, let's put it this way, all around the western part of Switzerland. And it's been busy. And, when the way the class works is I give about a bit more than an hour of teaching, if I can call it that way. Within that teaching, though, there's a little movie. I made a film with the ladies here in the marketing department, and we were teaching people. Actually, we came over here at our house, and we made a barbecue, and we got dressed up. I actually got dressed up as Stone DC. Of course, I didn't call myself Stone DC. Everybody found the suit really funny. And we got dressed up, and there was like we were 4 people in all, so there was like 2 who did the barbecue correctly and 2 who didn't do it correctly. You can imagine one of the persons who did not do it correctly. And it was like kind of just to show elementary hygiene when you're handling cooked or uncooked material. That doesn't actually at first hand have to do with my work, but the thing is, hygiene is something that goes out of work and then you bring it back to work. So we were going over things like that, and I was talking about what we call cross-contamination and so on. So anyway, there was about an hour's course, and it finished off with a small exam, kind of a true-false type of exam with 15 questions. Everybody always gets a little bit worried because people think, I'm going to lose my job if I fail this exam or stuff like that. And, I always have to tell them that, when you're in a company that is certified or what, you have a lot of times you have audits. And the people that do the audits, they will often check, depending on what you're certified for, they will want to see what you've done. And if you've ever had to go through an audit, you'll know that it doesn't suffice to say, yes, we do it. They want to see papers, and they want to see proof, and you can never get it by just with your word. So, that's one of the reasons, actually, they go so far sometimes as going through the papers and say, I want to see such and such's exam. They don't correct it or anything like that, but they still want to see what the person might have done. So anyway, so that's one of the reasons. So anyway, and I did another second little course for somebody on security at work, something like that. I mean, it's not the type of thing that actually normally has to do with my job. But they noticed a few things over there. They noticed that I like talking. And they've noticed that I, teach pretty well. So they've asked me in the last few years to give the course. Of course, I also realize that they're saving money when they do that. The problem is, of course, when you're doing something like that, is that your normal job doesn't stop, does it? So, I mean, it's been kind of like doing double the amount of work, for the last 2 weeks. So I'm pretty happy that the weekend is here. Because, I got a lot of things going on, as you know, with Ireland and so on. And so, it's kind of getting those things ready for a trip, like the week after, not directly after Easter, but the week following Easter. Yeah, so it's good to be, like I say, a little bit kind of going down as far as the stuff is. I got a mail this morning. I was supposed to go to Munich, and that trip is being canceled. I'm actually quite happy. I like going to Munich, but there would not have been much fun time in that trip. It would have been a really busy trip, and for whatever reasons they've canceled it. So I am happy in a way, yeah. Because I was going to just come back right from Ireland and go straight off to Munich, something like that, yeah. So let me see. Oh, there was one thing I was going to show you. The other day I was at the Swisscom shop. Swisscom is a bit like, I don't know, AT&T or Bell for Switzerland anyway. And I was changing because there was new, it wasn't a new phone, but it was because there was new data plans. And for pretty much about the same money that I was paying now, I was going to get what they call full roaming within Europe. And so calls to Canada and so on, and Canada and the States, and full data roaming in Europe. So I said, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And while I was there, the guy said, well, we've got a really good offer that is very, very rare on Apple Watches. And I thought, well, I don't really need an Apple Watch. But then, the guy was a good salesman on the one hand, but the other hand, he did say something that was true. He says, you all know Apple products are expensive. I like them, but they're expensive. And he said, well, there's actually a really big sale on this one. And he says, and that's never happened before, and who knows when it'll ever happen again. So yeah, I cracked and I got myself one of these Apple Watches. And it's pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, would I buy another one? I don't know. I mean, I do like it, and I got it, like I say, on a really good sale. And for Apple, I mean, Apple usually when they give 5%, that's it's like everybody's screaming oh, there's a sale with Apple. No, this was way more than that. I mean, I think it was sheesh. It was at least 25%. Yeah. And that never happens. Maybe Swisscom was giving part of the money into that. I don't know exactly. But anyway, that's what made me go for it. And I guess that's the whole idea behind that. Maybe they weren't selling these things, and maybe they thought if we really break down, then the customer will feel he has to get the next model. You never know with these guys anyway. So yeah, that's it. I got to go, like I say, do a bit of shopping later on, finishing my coffee. Might come later back. I have to finish up another movie. I'm in movie mode these days because at the foundation I work for with Africa, we're making a benefit concert, and we've got an orchestra with a soloist and everything, and it's a big deal. And we're going to try to make big bucks. and I've made a kind of a film with pictures and so on. It really looks good. It really does. And I just got to finish it off. It's about 6 minutes. There's about 200 pictures, but they come with mosaics and so on. So it's really, really good. And it doesn't have any music because it's got to fit into the time of a song. So that while the person they're going to be playing and the lady's going to be singing. This is going to be it's actually in our church, but we've got a beamer and a really big setup. I think you've seen it in some of my videos. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's a little bit of work to finish that off. And over at the job, of course, they've got me filming award ceremonies now. So all because of YouTube. All because of YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I guess that's it. I'm up to 9 minutes now. I should stop chatting and let you get back to whatever you're doing. Okay. That's DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Actually, I feel good. I wanted to come back and do a decent chat and vlog, and so I did now. Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.